Okay, so if we take that idea of series and parallel and want to apply it in a new and different way, we could look at maybe just one light, but multiple switches. So in this case, I'm going to use switches. Okay, and I still need a power supply. I'm going to put that one down here. So let's think first about a series circuit where we have one thing lined up after the other. So I'm going to go positive. I'm going to want to get that over here, and negative. I'm going to want to get that over here, but I'd like to use both of these switches on the way. So this needs to get over to that leg. So I'm going to go this way, and then here. All right, so let's take a look at the circuit that we have going here. I'm going to leave positive, go through this switch, through this LED, through this switch, back to negative. Oh, what did I forget, guys? I forgot a resistor. Let's go get a resistor. I think we decided we liked 500 ohms on this 9-volt. Okay, so let's run this simulation. So right now, this switch is connecting those two wires, but this one isn't. So if I click this one, now both of these switches should be set up to allow power here. So let's take a look. We go through the positive, through the first switch, through the LED, through the second switch, back to ground or negative. So in this way, I have two switches in series with a light. So two switches both need to be on in order for this light to be lit. If I turn off this one, the light turns off. Or if I turn off this one, the light turns off. If I turn off both, the light is still off. So can you think of an example of somewhere where you see a setup like this? Both switches need to be on. Can you think of one? You could think of this as this one was your circuit breaker, and this one is your light switch. So your circuit breaker, your breaker needs to be engaged, and then you come turn on the light switch. Okay. All right. I'm going to try a different example. So now I would like either switch to control the light. So what would that look like? I'm going to go positive to this switch and back to ground. I'm also going to go this way. Positive. Go, let's see. Positive. There we go. And back to ground. That should work just fine. Maybe I'll color code these so I have something different to talk about. All right, let's give this a shot. I didn't even color code them the same. That's just terrible. Okay. So to start out with, I'm going to follow the green path. This switch is engaged, so I make it to here and back to ground. If I turn that one off, now there's no path that is connecting the LED to the ground. If I turn on this switch, now I follow the orange path to the LED and back to ground, back to negative. So in this case, if they're both off, the light is off. But if this one is on, the light is on. Or if this one is on, the light is on. Or if they're both on, the light is on. So in this case, we have one light controlled by either of two switches. And I wonder if you can think of an example of this in your house. You might have a hallway light that operates kind of like this, where maybe, or a stairs. Sometimes you get a light switch at the top of the stairs and a light switch at the bottom of the stairs. And so if you flip the switch to turn the lights on, then when you get up to the top, you can flip the switch again to turn the lights back off. This is kind of like that. Okay, so this is an example of two switches controlling one light.